Hello, Golden State Warriors fan. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's crucial for you to stay informed with the news daily. Without further ado, let's get to the news. Could it be that last Wednesday's game marked the final chapter of the head coach's journey with his team? On paper, his contract runs through the 2027 season, but right now the weight of public and internal pressure feels heavier than ever. The main reason? The way he's handled the situation of a key player who, since returning to the court, has been putting up numbers that any team would dream of, averaging over 20 points per game consistently. Yet somehow, that wasn't enough to earn him the role or minutes many believe he deserves. Early in the season, this same player wasn't even part of the rotation during the critical series against Houston. That decision sparked debates, but nothing compared to the storm brewing after the latest loss. Fans and analysts alike are questioning the coach's approach, especially after the controversial lineup choices in the third quarter of that game. Fielding a formation with 4 big men at once felt outdated and ineffective, a choice that backfired almost instantly. The opposing team took full advantage, going on a staggering 17-0 run that flipped the momentum entirely. Some even say that sequence was the real reason behind the crushing defeat. After the final buzzer, the coach did not shy away from addressing the tactical errors. He openly admitted that the lineup adjustment, which was supposed to slow down the opponent's pace, simply did not work. Not only did the other team keep scoring at will, but his own squad struggled immensely to find the basket. The disconnect on both ends of the floor was glaring. That particular third quarter became a turning point, where the team conceded an unacceptable amount of points, highlighting defensive lapses that must be corrected moving forward. It's alarming when a team gives up that many points in just one quarter, and the coach knows it. He acknowledged that while his players remained competitive to a certain extent, the swing in momentum was brutal and left little room for recovery. This collapse even allowed the opponents to set a new playoff record, making the loss sting even more. Watching the game unfold, it became clear that offensive execution was a nightmare. Shot after shot missed its mark while the opposing squad pushed the tempo, capitalizing on fast breaks and forcing turnovers with relentless energy. Certain players who were expected to step up simply failed to deliver. One in particular has been under a magnifying glass with his shooting performance during the series being historically bad. To put it in perspective, he's converting only 2 to 3 field goals per game on average, a stat line that's alarming for someone counted on to be a significant contributor. When compared to other players in playoff history, his numbers rank among the worst for high-volume shooters. This is not the kind of company any athlete wants to be associated with. Adding to the concern is another player whose shooting percentage hovers around a dismal 23%. It's a shocking figure, especially when you consider his reputation and previous performances. There's also been mention of another sharpshooter, once likened to an all-time great, who's now struggling to find his rhythm. This drop in efficiency has undeniably been a blow to the team's playoff hopes. With one of their star players sidelined, every missed shot feels even heavier, every possession more critical. There's been a lot of expectations surrounding a player who was supposed to rise to the occasion, yet he's taken only 9 shots throughout the series. While credit must be given to the opponent's solid defense, the lack of aggressiveness from this player has not gone unnoticed. Fans and pundits on social media and television shows are questioning his readiness and desire to take on a leading role. Is he fully healthy? That's the question many are asking. His absence is deeply felt, especially in a series where the team desperately needs someone to create space and put up those crucial 20 or 30 points. With scoring coming at such a premium, the failure of secondary and tertiary scoring options to step up has been glaring. Another player, once counted on for his scoring bursts, has seen his production vanish. Though he finally managed to get on the scoreboard late in the series, his overall impact has been minimal. Meanwhile, a player who had been a spark during the latter part of the regular season seems lost now, performing as if it's his first taste of playoff basketball. On the other hand, some athletes have shown flashes of brilliance, but unfortunately they've disappeared during the most critical moments. This leads to the inevitable question: where will the scoring come from? One player did manage to put up 23 points, but his game is built on penetration and drive into the basket. He's not the type to suddenly drop 40 or 50 points through jump shots or three-pointers. The burden cannot fall solely on his shoulders. Nevertheless, he deserves recognition for maintaining the right mindset. Even amid the end-of-season struggles, and now in these playoffs, his attitude remains commendably positive. The locker room, energy despite everything, seems intact. The team is fully aware of the urgency to secure a win, but the general mood appears optimistic, not defeated. It was important for the coach to highlight this, but watching the third quarter, it was evident that the vibe shifted dramatically. The energy dropped, heads went down, and body language told a story of frustration. Not having a key player available exacerbated the situation. That absence was impossible to ignore. The opposing team found their rhythm in that stretch, and from that point on, the game was never really in reach again. While it's true that the team showed resilience up to a certain point, the harsh reality is that the opponent seized control in the third quarter and never looked back. Credit where it's due. Their performance was sharp, and it felt like they were poised for a historic shooting night. Unfortunately for our side, things did not go as planned. Defensive breakdowns, combined with an inability to generate offense, created a perfect storm. When scoring becomes an uphill battle and you keep giving your opponents second chance opportunities, the outcome becomes painfully predictable. One player, in particular, was called out for his passive approach that night. Opportunities were scarce, but sometimes in the postseason, you have to manufacture your own chances. When the opposing defense knows they don't have to worry about secondary threats, they can zero in on shutting down your primary scorer. That's exactly what happened. Without credible threats alongside him, our main player faced suffocating defense with no escape. Yet amidst the struggles, there were bright spots. One of our guards stood out with his pace and energy, pushing the tempo and bringing a much-needed spark with his transition play and corner shooting. Defensively, he faced challenges, but honestly, so did everyone else. No one managed to contain the opponents effectively. The bigger picture now revolves around whether our franchise player will be ready to return and contribute. The coach was clear. There's no need to rush him back. This is not the time for desperation moves that could jeopardize his long-term health. Patience is key. If he can play, fantastic. But the team needs to figure out ways to win without relying on a superhero comeback. Everyone agrees on that. Putting additional pressure on him, especially when trailing 3-1 in the series, would be reckless. If this were a tied series, perhaps the conversation would be different. But memories of previous seasons where players were rushed back only to suffer further injuries serve as cautionary tales. Compromising next season for a desperate playoff push would be short-sighted. Truth be told, making it this far has been an achievement in itself. Had the team been at full strength, there's a strong belief they'd be leading this series and looking ahead to the next opponent. Facing a team like the Wolves with a complete roster could have produced a very different scenario. And when imagining matchups against Eastern Conference giants like the Knicks, Celtics, Pacers, or Cavaliers, the possibilities become tantalizing. This year, the league feels wide open. There's no overwhelming favorite dominating the narrative. However, the team must resist the urge to let these what-if scenarios cloud their judgment. The offseason looms large, offering an opportunity to recalibrate, make smart roster moves, and build better chemistry among key players. There's no sense in risking future success for a fleeting chance now, especially considering the likelihood of one of their cornerstone players being out for an entire year. Prioritizing health and strategic planning is the way forward. Fans, keep sharing your thoughts. This is just the beginning of what promises to be a busy offseason. We'll continue bringing you all the latest updates on playoff developments, player trades, free agency buzz, and draft prospects. Stay tuned because this journey is far from over. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. In a shocking turn of events, rumors have surfaced claiming that the NBA has confirmed the cancellation of Game 4 between the Golden State Warriors and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The game, which was initially scheduled to take place yesterday, was expected to be a pivotal contest in the ongoing series. However, as news broke, fans, analysts, and even players were left questioning the unexpected move. While official statements from the league remained scarce, the buzz surrounding the potential Cancellation has caused a stir across social media platforms and sports outlets. The Golden State Warriors, fresh off their impressive performance in Game 3, were looking to build on their momentum, while the Timberwolves were eager to bounce back and level the series. Both teams had fans eagerly anticipating a thrilling encounter. With the stakes of the series hanging in the balance, sources close to the league have hinted at various reasons for the decision to cancel the game. While speculation runs high, some reports suggest that unforeseen logistical issues or safety concerns may have played a role in the cancellation. Another possibility discussed among insiders is the impact of unforeseen events involving key players or teams, which could have caused significant disruption to the game's scheduling. However, the NBA has yet to provide a detailed explanation regarding the circumstances. This sudden disruption raises a variety of questions about the future of the series. With the game not taking place as planned, there is uncertainty surrounding the series' next steps. Will the league reschedule the game for a later date, or will the outcome be decided through an alternative method? For now, all eyes are on the NBA's next move, as fans anxiously await further clarification. The cancellation of such an important game adds a layer of drama to what has already been an intense and unpredictable series. Both the Warriors and Timberwolves have demonstrated resilience and determination, but with the status of Game 4 now in limbo, the road to the next stage of the playoffs has become even more uncertain. As the situation unfolds, the basketball world holds its breath, hoping for answers and, most importantly, the resumption of a thrilling postseason. For now, fans can only speculate on what led to this unprecedented decision and what the future holds for both teams in this unpredictable playoff journey. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.